All right, everybody. Welcome back to In the Pit with Jeff. It is Sunday, June 28th. Thought I'd come downstairs and shoot a quick video just to let you know what we've been up to on my dad's 80-inch Hawker Hurricane Brian Taylor restoration, I guess you could say. Um, I put in one new canopy rail. Um, it's just um, the tracks that used to come from the wiper blade replacements refills. I don't even know if they still come this way. Most of them have the stainless steel strips now beside them. But anyways, had some of that. So replace that in there for the one side. That's all right. Got out the plans. Made a quick template for the back panel there, and then just using cheap contact cement from the Buck store and out of some thin plastic sheet. Contact cemented that on there, and then I'll get you down in there. Little filler piece there. Basically, sorry about the mess. I always say we're renovating. So that's just hung up on the airline right now for the basically cockpit floor. It's just roughly thrown in there off my dad's seat that he had. Turn that around. I'm just using some of my wife's old cardboard. Made a template for a seat. Thin piece of plastic. Bent up a seat. Made a little seat cushion. Just 3/8. Oh, 3/16 balsa. Put a little angled trailing edge stock on the back. You know how I like using my trailing edge stock. Got that down in there. Angles the seat back a little bit. Made a, let's see if I can get this to zoom in. A little bit of an armor plate. Just got to touch up the edges. And then I used some of my brother-in-law's dots that he made. Do some rivet simulating. So the armor plate will go on there. The cutout there is for the seat belts. Got a few pieces from my dad's original interior. Not sure that's a trim wheel for something. And same probably there too, trim wheel for something. The lever's missing, but I believe that was the retract and flap lever there. But we'll work on that. Basically, his old canopy. He just had glued on a piece of same thing, the track and inside there. Open it up so it slide. Another piece has to go on there, but we're gonna make a new one. So then that'll slide into there and be there. Come over here. Just started. Just glued a little bit of plastic there to finish that off. That edge off. Still have to fill in here. Close. Put in a couple pine blocks in here. Close this off. That's where I want to put the onboard igniter stuff whenever that comes. So basically there. Then we'll get some of the interior stuff put back in. Used one of his, just repainted his old one of his interior panels, and that'll just drop down, and when it's in there, it'll. Oh, sorry about all that. You guys are gonna get sick. Gets positioned in. Be just same thing. Just contact cemented against that. I'm contemplating trying to have the floor, the seat, and then all these rails that. Sorry about that. I don't want to get you guys all sick in here, but got to put the cockpit rails in there. I was thinking trying to make that section just be removable, but we shall see. Come for a walk over here. So we had done the cockpit door, just some scotch tape, packing tape over it as a release, and then banged out a fiberglass mold, and then we cut some pieces. We'll lay some cloth after I wax it, and then put my mold release on there. Put a layer of thin. That'll should give you a nice smooth outside. Then we'll probably do a layer of that, a layer of matte, probably another layer of that, and then another layer of fine stuff on the inside. And I dug out my Sea Hurricane plans, instructions for the old Airfix kit. And there's the armor plate that I had done. And then we can make the seat adjuster there. Don't need to really do the foot pads because the foot rests there, because you won't really see it. But there's some interior frame in there that you get some ideas of how things go. I got a lot of these books. These Haynes ones are manuals are pretty good. They give you some good pictures of how things go. Anyways, got these from my kids before I got the I got the Rolls-Royce engine, the Spitfire Mosquito, because my dad worked on some Mosquitoes out the East Coast during World War II. Good story to tell you someday about that. Hurricane, yeah, lots of stuff. Coming over here, what have we been up to? What did we get ourselves into here? Got the gear out. Had to bust into the wheel wells there, just get access. My dad's, I replaced his. I just got tape over these, keep the servos from falling out right now. Got to make brackets for that. But what I've done is I reran all in here, reran new servo extensions. Well, not new, but ones I got from the swap meet. In here, knocked out, taken out where he had his mounted. Gonna make my famous metal, probably brackets go in here. Flap servos, gonna install. Cut out the wing, into the wing. Just made some plywood servo trays. And they'll go down in there. Actually, I think that one goes. Actually, I think it'll go this way. Yeah, it'll plop down once it gets pushed down. Push down inside, and sorry, pull the wire back. A little bit of filler. Screw that all in there. and then push rod right to the flap. Take this clamp off. Then what I did was I took some of that fine cloth, and you guys know I like my poly coat or polyacrylic. Put some fine cloth on the inner edges. Just have to trim all the edges off. Can show you a bit better here. Just got to trim this stuff all off. But polyacrylic works pretty good if you need to do a quick little fiberglass job. It works out pretty good. So we just cut some couple pieces of cloth, brushed on some polyacrylic, fixed up where it was broken here, put that all on, and away we went for there. Same thing, flap servo going in there, ran new, well, didn't run new, but had to install through the wing servo extensions for there. Working on, gotta knock this all out and make a bracket for that aileron servo. So that's pretty well where we're at. So hopefully today we'll get the servo installations looked after. And again, I just got then I'll have to patch up where I broke into the wheel wells to help me gain access. The way my dad had his leads, aileron leads were coming up through here and out, so I just ran through, made some holes through there, and then fished the wires through. Oop, sky's falling again, guys. Patched up a couple boo-boos there. Just have to trim the cloth off and clean up the little boo-boos. I should have ran tape along. Should have protected the trailing edge with some tape. Keep the polyacrylic from dripping underneath. But we got a few places to patch up a few dings. And like I said, the chips, I think we're just going to go around with some silver or aluminum paint, touch it up. Again, just got to patch up the floor. So the wings, hopefully having the wing ready to rock and roll. Probably by the end of the week or so. And sorry about the mess. And get this. I'll give you a peek inside there just to show you how that looks. Maybe make a gun sight for that and get this ready to go. But excuse me, sorry about that. Coffee coming back up. But yeah, so I'm hoping end of July at the latest to have this one completed, and then work on the next project. All right, I managed to go out flying this past Friday. I just took my little carbon cub for some fun, and my dad's Goldberg cub that I had built for him many moons ago, and had some flights on that. Hopefully get some of the other ones out that we've got going. Sorry about that. Everybody have a good day from In the Pit with Jeff. Be safe. Talk to you later.